Hello. I'm doing a writing stream because I was randomly struck with an idea the other night. And look at this. I'm outside. I can touch the plants. You can't see that. I can. So don't say that I don't touch grass. I touched kiwi plant. That's what this thing is. I'm doing writing. I already said that. But I had this idea for if, like, writing was a finite resource. Hello. If knowledge was like a resource that was like used instead of currency, and it was like if you taught somebody something, then you lost your knowledge of that thing. So instead of really rich people, you would be rich by being smart. And I did get this idea from one of the fake deep memes on a Curtis Connor video, so don't judge me on that. I thought it was interesting, so here we are. I have no idea what I would like do for a title, but I'm just trying to think of like a good way to actually start. Yes, Mother?
You don't have to start at the beginning.
I know.
You can start anywhere and then work from either direction.
My mom's here. I can start from the third sentence away from the end.
Start with the last sentence. People do that sometimes.
Yeah, I've started stuff before where I have just like the climax and then I need to figure out, okay, how could I lead up to this? So, like, my first thought was, stop that. It's windy. My first thought was that, like, after having the initial idea, was that people wouldn't want to have children. Name a car for an edit. Like, a person name for a car, or like a car brand? Oh, B. I just need to know if you want, like, a name for a car, or a brand, or like a model.
Penelope or Kia?
Yeah, Penelope or Kia. I was gonna say Honda. If you want, like, the brand of a car, or, like, a make and model, Ford F-150. And if you want, like, a name for a car,
Carl.
Frederica. Oh, you wanted make and model. Make and model Ford F-150, because, reasons. The car for your edit is now named Frederica. So, my idea was that, like, people wouldn't want to have children anymore because teaching them how to walk, talk, sustain themselves would mean that you weren't able to do that anymore. So I was sort of thinking that it could be, like, following somebody who's a parent, who's, like, teaching their child and slowly losing all of their knowledge in the world. And I'm debating over whether or not it should be, like, a diary sort of thing. Frederica is excited. Nice. Thank you for subscribing. But I'm trying to figure out if it should be like a diary sort of thing, or like chronicling what she's doing, if it should be first person, second person, third person. Like, I have so many different ideas, but I'm not sure what to do with said ideas. 'Cause, like, oh, bird. Distractions, I'm sorry. I feel like it would be very interesting if it was a diary sort of thing, and it slowly devolved from being, like, neat writing, proper grammar, good spelling, into just, like, towards the end, just nonsense. And then maybe it could be picked up by the child. I think that's actually a good idea. What do you think, Mother?
I wasn't listening, I was reading a text.
Wow.
Sorry.
You don't pay attention. How could you?
I thought you wanted me to
Well, since you're here and you said you're comfortable with your voice being on the live, I might as well talk to you.
Okay.
So my idea was that it could be like, you know, the knowledge is a resource thing.
Yep.
It could be about a new parent who's like chronicling what's happening while they raise their child.
Did they intentionally have a child?
No. I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like maybe they like found the child on their doorstep.
Interesting.
I feel
It could
like
also be an allegory for abortion, though.
nah,
Too deep.
maybe, but nah.
Yeah.
Mother.
I like that, but it also would be interesting to have like two different sides of it, where like one group of people thinks that you should still have children. It's like a beautiful thing to sacrifice your knowledge for your child, and other people are like, I can't swear on this, right?
No, you can.
And other people are like, fuck that. No way. This is my knowledge.
I feel, yeah, something that I had in my mind was like people who would hoard knowledge,
Yeah.
and they're like,
The Jeff Bezos of the world.
it would be people who, like, it would be a currency and people would like hoard it and just go hide away so that nobody would,
Like torture them for it.
yeah. Also, like, my whole plan for this was that the government had somehow found a way to take away people's, like, to make it so that knowledge was this finite resource that you only had a limited supply of, and that if you gave it to someone, they had it, you can't have it back. So I was thinking that the government would, like, do that in whatever way, and then have mass book burnings where, like, everything is just taken, and I feel like there would be people who would hoard books and hoard knowledge.
What if there's like a group of people that have learned how to
Right?
avoid that?
Ooh.
Like a small group, and they're like legend, and people don't even know if they're real or not, but they try and find them.
I'm just imagining this poor parent that I'm gonna be writing about being just like, what if there was just a way that I could learn how to be a parent and then keep that knowledge into my brain as I be a parent? And then the legends are just like, books, parenting books.
And then they find a Dr. Spock book. You know what that is?
No.
He was like the preeminent, like, what am I trying to say to you?
Parent book writer?
Yes.
Why did that take so much brain
Because
power?
that was so ineloquent. But
You tend to be. I'm kidding. Finish your thought.
it's gone.
Alright. And I feel like, ooh, like there would be like no creativity in the world.
Would drawing, like, are there ways around it at all? Like, could you draw a picture? Could you, or if you draw it and it leaves your brain, then it's gone.
Well, I feel like the government would have like outlawed reading and writing.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Christian Thomas. Christian? I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. So, I think that's actually a really cool idea. Like, writing, reading, drawing, any form of like artful self-expression has become illegal. And so people are like, so people sort of, so like, because people aren't allowed to write, draw, any form of artistic like expression, being taught how to write is like a high honor reserved for people who have very like knowledgeable or rich knowledgeable families. So like, for example, people who were in governmental positions they would still get books. They would still get education, like proper education. And like they wouldn't have to deal with the knowledge being a resource thing. I think that's a good idea. Fake snore? Why? You made me lose my train of thought like 3 times with all of your comments. Why do you want me to fake snore? That's a very strange request. What was I just saying? Whoa! Christ, what was I just saying? Oh, the umbrella's moving again. So, rich and powerful people, I still don't know if this should be like, I am tired. I still don't know if this should be like a diary entry sort of thing, or like, honestly, what I could really do is like have this sort of like diary thing, and then if that like does well, I guess, I don't know, if I end up being able to publish it, if I even end up finishing it, I have no idea if that's gonna do. So if I'm able to finish this and publish this, then I'm going to, and like it does well and catches on, I might do like more stories from like different perspectives and try out some different stuff. I'm gonna see what sorts of fonts I have on here. So it'll start with like very neat, nice handwriting and then just slowly devolve. I think that's a pretty interesting idea. So it could start with, what does this one look like? Hello. Oh, that is tiny. Gods. So that's pretty fancy. That's pretty nice. Hang on, let me flip this around so you can look at it. That's but it looks too fonty. I need to find something that looks more like cursive, good cursive handwriting. So maybe this person, this surrogate parent, used to be in a family that was very like knowledgeable and powerful, and then for whatever reason left, and that's why she knows how to read and write. I think that's a cool idea. Scripts. Whoa. Hi, Valerie. I don't know. Okay, font. Oh, that, handwriting. That's what I'm looking for. Dancing script. Ooh, Shadows into Light looks good for one of these. You can look at the fonts. Why not? So Shadow into Light, I think I'm gonna download this one. What else? Ooh, this one looks pretty good. I need to look for some like fancy ones, you know? Grace. I like that word. Also, cravat. I love words so much. Oh, I think Julie looks good. I think it's gonna start with calligraphy. That looks like a good one. Who has a retracted message? Hang on. Alright, I can start a poll? I didn't know I could do this. I'm just gonna... Are you enjoying yourself? Wait, no, I'm gonna ask if you want to see my puppy. Do you want to see Astrid? I started a poll. You might get to see Astrid. She's adorable, so I think you might want to see Astrid. She's very cute. Calligraffiti. Oh, whoa, yeah, that's pretty. Hi, Sam. All right. I still have 0 words so far. Hi, angsty arson frog. I like your name. The votes say yes, you want to see Astrid. Okay, you get to see her. Astrid, you want to say hi to the people? Do you want to say hi? She's really cute. She's also really dumb. You looking for rabbits? Okay, Astrid time is over. Bye, Astrid. She is so cute. I love her. She's a little baby. Back in my chair. Dumb dogs are the best dogs. I agree. Even though smart dogs are hilarious. Like, their problem-solving skills are sometimes incredible. They're better than mine at some points. Alright, so I feel like it would start out with very nice script. So I'm doing the calligraffiti font that I found. How do I make the page taller? I don't know how Google Docs work. Help. Yes, help. Keyboard shortcuts. Superscript text. What's a superscript text? I don't know what these mean. You don't. Yeah, that's probably true, because I'm stupid and don't know how things work. Alright, so what should the date be when this whole shebang gets going? Should I create, like, new months? Should there even be a date system? Like, I have questions for my brain. What could it... I feel like they would have gotten rid of the date system. Well, since she used to be like a rich person, maybe not. I'm using she. I don't even know what the character's gender is going to be yet. I wonder if gender even exists. It probably does, since the people in power are... What shebang are we talking about here? So I had an idea for a book or short story or whatever, where knowledge is like a resource that gets passed on, and if you teach someone something, you no longer have the knowledge of how to do that. I did get the idea from a Curtis Connor fake deep video. Take that as you will. But it would be sort of like almost sci-fi, because it would be like the government created a way to make knowledge a finite resource. And there's a fly on my ankle. And because of that, people like stop having children, birth rates drop, the population sort of like goes down because people aren't able to sustain themselves, and they don't want to have children. Damn, parents must not know a lot of shit in this world. That's exactly what I'm saying. So what I wanted to do was create a sort of like diary sort of story, where the main character finds a child on their doorstep, and they used to be part of like a rich family. Either that or they still are, and they find the child. And rich in this world is knowledge, because knowledge has become a sort of currency. So the main character will find a child wherever it may be, and then they're like, you know what, I'm gonna try to take care of this child and raise this child. But then because of that, they get like kicked out of the rich people place, the government, I guess, and because of that, they decide to teach the child, but everything they teach the child, they lose themselves. So, like, when they teach the child how to walk, they lose their ability to walk. They teach the child how to talk, they lose every single word that they teach the child. And so on until eventually they devolve into a sort of infancy. Hello, Claire, I think. Yeah, Claire. So I sort of wanted it to start as, like, very neat writing, neat script, and then it just devolves slowly as they lose all of their abilities. And it would end with probably just scribbles. Sounds like an interesting storyline. Thank you! I have a lot of ideas, and I'm sort of just, like, word vomiting right now. So I'm definitely going to be watching this back to see what ideas I had that were actually good. My word count is still at 0. I'm just testing out fonts at the moment. Oh, I like how that looks. I just accidentally typed a word. That's cool. Astrid, what are you looking at? Do you see more bunnies? Or is it the plane? Or is it the birds? There's a lot happening right now. Should probably end with teaching the kid how to write. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it could probably go on for several years. And also, the, like, government and the rich people had books burned, like mass book burnings, so that poorer people could not maintain knowledge. I feel like it's sort of like a dystopian future sort of thing. And yeah, it's gonna probably the last couple of entries or chapters, I guess, will be them being like, I taught the kid how to write their first word. And then they, like, physically can't write it down. Like, they try and then it just sort of ends up scribbles. And then, like, slowly their penmanship starts going down. And their eloquence starts leaving them. And they just can't continue writing because all of their brain power has just completely gone. I feel like I'm coming up with good ideas. There's a plant there's multiple plants behind me. See, I do touch grass. Little kiwi plant. I can pet it. I have Sincerely Me from Dear Evan Hansen stuck in my head. I'm gonna make a Skip and Stone edit from Ramshackle to Sincerely Me. It's gonna be great. It's my favorite ship. Okay, back to the book. There could also be, like, Astrid? Well, my mother just told me that it's time to wrap this up, so yeah, I know these are leaves, not grass. My mother just told me it's time to wrap this up, so I will start working on this and probably stream again about this soon. Au revoir. I don't know how to end these, so it might take me a minute.